It has taken Abbasa Mohammed nearly a year after fleeing Nigeria to find a job in this shop. He needs to provide for his four siblings after his village was attacked and they were all forced to flee to Cameroon for safety.
Boko
Haram came to our village. They were looking for young boys like me to join them. And the Nigerian army accused us of being part of Boko Haram. We were not safe, so we ran and came here.
Abbasa is one of over 100,000 Nigerian refugees who have fled to Cameroon. More than half of them live in a refugee camp where the UN says providing them with water, healthcare and education is a challenge. And over 40,000 are living in host communities in the northern part of Cameroon. Some refugees are trying to rebuild their lives after escaping from Nigeria, but it's difficult for many. Cameroon's government has been sending refugees back to Nigeria over the past few years, despite some saying it's not safe to go back home. The UN says more than 2,000 have been sent back this year alone, something the government denies.
We have a tripartite agreement with Nigeria and UNAS to see where of men to enable them to go back. But the condition is there is just when the condition is gathered to enable them to go back, because now nobody is forced to go back.
Cameroon's far north region has also witnessed Boko Haram attacks that displaced hundreds of people. The United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR, says it's working on ways to verify and register refugees outside camps to prove their refugee status and give them the protection they need.
Those who are living outside camp are not to receive a direct assistance from us. All we are trying to give to them is documentation. We are about to start the registration of all refugees out camp to be able to provide a documentation for them. You know that with the insecurity of Boko Haram, if you don't have documentation, you are in trouble. So we need to provide documentation to them.
Abbasa says he lives in fear that he may be forced back to Nigeria, even if he's properly registered as a refugee, and that he'll focus on rebuilding his life here in northern Cameroon until he's forced to leave or it's safe for him to go back willingly. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Marua, northern Cameroon.